Hey guys, Muncheez here, and in this video we're going to talk about some tips and we're going to go through the fight together and I'll comment over things and slow certain things down as we go through it. So some things to look out for in this fight is the same as Gate 1. You just kind of want to watch your Mayhem meter and the debuff, and he's going to do fire attacks as well, and there's burn stacks. And if you get too high and if you're on item level, it hurts pretty bad up until you start getting into like the 15-20 range. It still hurts pretty bad if you get a lot of stacks. And watching out for the big clown's attacks, I'll cover that. And then some things to practice over time is his counter pattern, and you'll pick it up over time, and it's pretty easy to hit. So at around 125 bars, the big clown will come out, and when this happens, the small clown, he'll either jump to one of these two locations and swing to the other and do like a Tarzan swing, or he will spawn like these two red balls and he'll stay in place and he'll just jump really high in the air. Now, once the big guys spawn, this is where I want to point out you have to be really careful. So every time before he does an attack, his eyes are going to light up like so. So as you can see, his eyes are lit up. So throughout the whole fight, the basic thing with this gate is you pretty much just want to keep DPSing the small guy while avoiding the attacks from the big guy, because most of the attacks the small guy does, he won't be able to kill you. And everything that the big guy does can kill you. So you avoid the big guy at all costs. If you have to tank something from the smaller guy. So one of the things that you want to help your team out with so the small guy will have certain attacks where he'll target one specific person. So for example, this one he's doing right here where he's juggling, he targets one person and he throws these little bombs at him. So if you know he's targeting you, these bombs build meter and whatnot. So you kind of want to run them out like this other gentleman just did. And if the big clown's not doing anything dangerous, it frees up your party to just open DPS on the guy while he's targeting the one guy with the bombs. Pushing down a lot, this is his counter animation, and if you watch closely, he kind of gets on all fours. I know there's a lot of spell effects and everything, but that's why I'm having it slowed down as much as I can. So he gets down on all fours, and he will pick somebody. So he can also turn before he turns blue when he does this. But if you know he's targeting you, you can have your counter ready if you have it up. If you don't have it up, you're going to have to space bar out of the way because this sphere isn't cleansable if he hits you with it. So he gets on all fours, he becomes counterable, and once you can counter him, just go ahead and hit it. And this is one thing that you'll have to practice over time because his hitbox is really small. So you have to be kind of dead on, like in front of him to hit it. So this you'll get practice over time. But as you get it, it opens a lot of damage to get through to the boss, and it makes the fight a lot easier if you have this down. So the next mechanic we have up is the 110 mechanic, which is the Mayhem Fog. What he'll do is he'll teleport to the middle of the map. And when he does this, make sure you look away from the boss in the middle because he casts a Medusa with an uncleansable fear if you're looking at him. So try to make your way to your spot while looking away from the middle. And normally what people do is they'll do players 1 and 2 on the left side, and players 3 and 4 will usually split on the right side. So red domes will need 2 people and blue domes only need 1 person. So they split them up like this so you always have a combination to be in a safe zone. So in a few seconds here, he's going to do an attack that is kind of good. I actually really like this attack pattern when he does it. It's a laser. So what he'll do is he'll jump somewhere, he'll teleport somewhere, and he'll target one person with the laser. So what he's going to do is he's going to track you all the way up until he fires. So you can either stand still, and then once you get the timing down, you can just kind of spacebar out of the way, but you don't want to turn it into the group. So once he's 95, he'll do the card flip mechanic. So I'm going to freeze here. So one of the 4 players will get a target over their head. The target looks like so. And pretty much you want to reveal where the clown is. So generally the safe strat that people do is they will start on one of these 2 cards and it'll flip up 3 cards at the same time, and you have to keep an eye out if it doesn't hit on the first try. So you do these and you reveal the 3 on each side, and if he's not on any of them, then the last one is going to be in the middle from the process of elimination. So here, as you can see, the scouter in my party has it. So what you do is you wait on the card until he starts swinging, and when he does this animation and he starts, you spacebar out and he will swing. As you can see, it revealed on the top left, so that is the one that we have to hit. So the next person who has the target over their head, which I think in this one is me. So yeah, it is me. So what you do is if you have the target and you're trying to hit him because you found him, you wait for him to start swinging and you spacebar out, and it'll stun him and find him, and you completed the mechanic. Now another attack that I want to point out is this cannon one. So he'll whip out his cannon and he'll shoot. He'll target one of you, and he'll shoot a couple of bombs at you, and then he'll drop a big one and jump back. So if he's targeting you and you can see these fire pools on the ground, you want to drop it off of the boss so you don't damage your raid. So at 80 bars of health, he'll do the maze mechanic. So if you're the one calling, if you guys are in Discord, you can, whoever's calling, and when I say calling, the person who hits the telescope in the middle is the person that's calling. You can have this person stream in Discord, and then everyone can see where all their stuff is at. So if you don't have any comms and you're the one calling, you can use, like I'm doing right now in chat. If there's no comms, use color letters like red, yellow, and green. You can just type red, R, Y, or G, and then you just give a general clock direction. And if they're close or kind of like off the path, you can use a ping to correct their movement. Now, if you are collecting, you have to collect 3 of your shape. So while you're doing this, be very careful, because if you get hit by the setos, it'll reset your stacks and you're going to have to start all over. So just take your time to begin with when you're doing this mech. And actually a really good example of this is if you can see the green guy running down right now, the green clubs. So he's running down to the 6 o'clock position, and he knows they're coming from the left side because of the arrow indicators. And he actually waits before going all the way down. He doesn't try to greet it or anything like that. He makes his way down, he gets his 3rd stack, and now he's ready for the exit. Now, once you get out, you're going to make his health bar go to 55, which brings the next mech, and I'll slow it down to show. So this is a Volganos mechanic. You will see this type of mechanic throughout the entire game. So this is a great place to learn how to do it. So at 55 bars of health, he will port to the middle and he will start doing the Volganos mechanic. And you want to use a Nana for this mechanic to kind of just be a little extra on the safe side. So he will port to the middle and he will do these 3 stars. 3 rotations of stars. So you have to pay attention to these very closely. So we got left, right, and then we're going to get left again. So it always starts behind him, and then you want to make your way on the first direction. So we had left, right, left. So as you can see, people are pinging for the correct direction to go. He'll pulse once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And then once you're back behind him again, he'll pulse 1 more time, and that's when you change directions. But here's what it looks like in full speed. And on the last one, a big hammer will come down, just avoid it, and just DPS the boss because it's a huge stagger window for you guys. And after this, if your damage is really strong, he'll probably die already, and if not, you will get another card flip at 25 bars of health. It's exactly the same as the one at 95 bars of health, so you just complete the card flip mechanic 1 more time, and then just make him down to 0, and that's it. That's the fight. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about this boss gate, or anything that any veteran watchers want to add or anything like that, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.